Good evening. Welcome to the Toon Review, the penultimate show of Paul's holiday. So we've got one more show after this, which is the watch along Saturday, all being well. And then he should be returning Sunday. So we'll all be back as a four again. But welcome to you two. How are you two doing? You okay?
Good, thank you. Very
well.
good. Got
A
me
little
top
bit
on.
sad.
Look at
Go on,
Sam
you do
there.
top, Sam.
You know what? I love a top. I couldn't resist. I got the blackout. I got the sweatshirt. I got the training top. Love it. Yes.
Fantastic. And all goes to our PSR Sam's dollar.
Exactly. I'm just supporting the club.
Personal Sam's
I'm-
revenue. I think that's what PSR stands for.
Yeah, maybe. I'm a little bit sad, guys. I don't know if you've seen, but Bordeaux have folded.
Yes, I saw that. The last game I was attended at St James's Park was against Bordeaux, oddly enough.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Well,
very sad.
Yeah, it is. And do you know what? I kind of feel like an echo of, geez, what if that could have been us, like just digressing down the divisions and with no investment. Oh,
I mean,
feel
our
for them.
finances weren't shot. It's basically if you have a Mike Ashley and then you make their no money available and you get into debt, like it's a double whammy. I thought they were managing to come back from this. I hadn't realised it had gotten so bad again. I've kind of been out the loop. They got a double relegation because of financial issues, and they got double relegated down into Ligue 3. That is how you say 3 in French. Yes, it is. And then they won their appeal and got moved into Ligue 2. So then, but apparently it's just all gone wrong. So it's a real shame because we've actually done a lot of Bordeaux stuff on this channel. Seko Mara, before he went to Southampton, was heavily linked with us. We watched a lot of him at the Maurice Ravello Toulon tournament when he was still at Bordeaux. Yeah, and it's a real shame. You know, a club that Zidane's played for. It's a massive, it's football heritage loss. It really is.
Yeah, you're right. The V on the shirt, it's pretty famous, isn't it? You know, the dark blue with a white V on. It's a rather archetypal, iconic shirt for me. You know, as you said there, Zidane played for him, so they've got to be some kind of magic club. And so did Johan Gouffran, who we got him, Gouffran, I should say, who was playing for Bordeaux the last time I saw them. And strangely enough, the man of the match that night was Gabriel Obertan for Newcastle United. It was the one game he played well in. Unbelievable. Anyway, before we get any further, let's do the official bit. If you are new to us, please hit that subscribe button. I just noticed earlier we were within 100 of 31k, guys. It's we've motored through. So we're not far from 31k at all. So if you know anyone who hasn't subscribed, give them an elbow, give them a nudge, and say good things going on at the Toon Review. Get them subscribed, and you can also subscribe to the. Sorry, I've already said that. Like the show, and that might attract new viewers also, because it will kind of go into the search results on YouTube. So it's a good thing if you leave a like. Memberships are also available by clicking the join button, and super chats are also available too by clicking the $sign below the chat there, and that will guarantee your comment to be read out. What news has been going on today? Anything really important? I mean, Sam's got one. Go on, Sam. Do the tomorrow's world bit.
Tomorrow's world. Is that my segment now? Jeez. Right. Okay. Well, those of you, I've already talked about the top. Those of you who ordered when it first came out, I believe it was on Tuesday. I think it just goes to show the investment that they've made in this, because straight away within 10 minutes you get your confirmation email, and within a couple of days your order is there with you. So great to see from an e-commerce perspective. Something else which is just landed 2 hours ago from the Newcastle socials is that they are going to be putting together match passes. So great news if you are a member of the Mags Plus, also just the regular Mags membership as well. You actually get discounted rates now on streaming 6 games. The non-member price is £25, I believe, or around about that. And I think Mags Plus members get 6 matches for £8.99. Regular membership like 15 quid. I think it's great. It actually puts revenue back into the club as well, stops a little bit of piracy going on. And some really good news is that they're actually streaming the women's game against AC Milan completely free of charge. So do make sure that you check that one out. Free for all fans, that apparently as well. I think we've talked about this before. Televising the women's game is going to help, obviously, with that exposure and increase the popularity. So absolutely free of charge. So do check that one out. So I think that's fantastic for us to do.
Yeah, and for further technological things, Stato, Newcastle United are releasing an app on Google Play Store and Apple and all that stuff. It's very high-tech stuff going on at the minute at St James's Park.
Indeed, yeah. So the app, so they released this, was it yesterday? The official Newcastle United app coming soon to iOS and Android. Get exclusive access to behind-the-scenes content from our men's and women's teams, matchday coverage, and much, much more. We have joined the future, finally. Well, not even the future, the present. We've caught up. It's taken 3 years. We've finally caught up. We've got a website. We've got a better supplier of manufacturer of kits. We've got an app coming. You know, we're getting nice YouTube videos about our players, having fun, games, tours. Yeah, it's better. It's a lot. But this is what we wanted. This is what I was always very, very jealous of. Maybe about 5 years ago, you'd see all of these big clubs doing games and quizzes and tours and all this fun stuff on social media. And I just thought, you know, why don't we do that? It's just so boring. And now that the club have made a big effort to try and catch up, I think the app is going to be fantastic as well. It might not be fantastic. It might not be a great app, but just having one in general is a great step in the right direction. And I fully trust that they will employ the right people to make a good app. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think that as well.
It's a step into the future, isn't it, Sam? Yeah.
Yeah, I think do you know what? It's really important that, you know, we've seen the improvements from the website already. We know that Pete Silverstone, that would be part of his remit, because it's all about how could we you know, better revenue, and it's all about the user experience and how people get their information, their updates about the club. And it's coming at probably an ideal time. We have lost the mitigator, the conduit for communication, which was Amanda. You know, she was the person who would be on the social. She would be the one giving like interviews and tidbits of information for us. But actually now we're moving into a more digitized platform for that comms. I think it was at the back end of last year, so only recently, we actually were looking at new social media managers, and I think that's going to be part of their remit for the app as well. So yeah, really exciting times. I agree with Alex. I hope that it's a really good app, but if the website's anything to go by, I think we're onto a good one. Love that.
Definitely things to look forward to. And it's took long enough, to be fair. As Alex said, he was jealous of it 5 years ago. So, you know, we're finally jumping into the big time, which strangely enough, I saw on Sky Bet today. They had a bet, which Aston Villa were the favourites for even money. And it was bets without the big seven. So that was the big six plus someone else. But it must have been us, because Aston Villa were top of the pile for booking odds. Very odd kind of situation that is. Sky Bet doing that means we're going somewhere at last. Maybe they're getting used to the idea.
Maybe you could use the app, put a little flutter on. We've got don't we have sponsorship with MGM as well?
Basically, yeah. But of course, gamble responsibly, folks. It's you can go down a slippery slope pretty quickly with that game. Other news: Ben Dawson, the under-21s coach, has left the club and has gone to pastures new at Leicester City, where he becomes their first team coach under Steve Cooper. Thoughts, Tasso?
I don't really know. I don't think I've got enough knowledge on Ben Dawson to really make a decent comment on this. It depends on the context, I guess. To pursue a first team coaching opportunity at Leicester City. So what was his current role with us specifically?
Under 21s.
Under 21s. Is this the guy that we got from Sunderland, or is this a different guy?
No, he's been there for years. He's not 2014. He's been at the club since.
Oh, okay, a long time then. Pass. I'm not going to pretend I know about something that I don't. I don't know. I don't know if it's a loss or not. If he was with us in 2014, our position wasn't great, so maybe we can upgrade this. Maybe there were reasons behind this. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he's got family elsewhere. I don't know enough about it, but I don't know if you do, Billy.
Well, he's getting a promotion, and he's going to be first team coach at Leicester. And if that's, I guess that's a promotion of sorts, career-wise, going from a reserve team coach, let's say, to head team coach somewhere else. Although he obviously will be second in command under Mr. Cooper. But yeah, I guess it's what it is. He's been at the club 10 years. Pastures new. Maybe, Sam, is that what you're thinking?
Absolutely. I don't think it would be too much to look into or think, oh, are we unsettled at that end of the chain as well? Like, I don't think it's about that. As we've said, he's very, very tenured at Newcastle United, supporting the youth, the academy sides as well, coming through. This is obviously a step up promotion, as you've said there, getting that, coaching opportunity down at Leicester. You can't complain. He wants to, develop, stretch and challenge himself and go to some different pastures. So yeah, good luck to the guy.
Yeah. Well, what are the news? Any of the news today? Anyone seen anything? I mean, I don't know. I've not seen anything else.
Well, here's just a reference to obviously all 6 games if you want to see it. So you've got all 6 matches for non-members, $24.95. All 6 matches if you are the Mags member or a Mags member, $14.99, and then Mags member plus gets all 6 matches for $8.99. One match is $4.99, but it does say that the AC Milan game is going to be free for all fans. Users must be registered and logged in. And there you go. There's all the games. So it's the Hull game, the Japan games against Girona as well, AC. So it's the Seller Cup stuff. It's basically all of it. It's the 2 games before Japan and the 2 games in the Seller Cup after Japan as well. So very interesting.
Does anybody know the score of yesterday's friendly against Burnley? Because I don't know anyone that does know. I've seen us win 4-1. I've seen us lose 9-1.
I've seen us win 1-0 and lose 1-0 as well. I've been trying to look for it because I can't remember. I think we either lost or won 1-0. But again, that's not very helpful, is it?
Thanks, Alex.
That's the most Michael Owen comment I've ever said, and it sickens me.
But nobody knows. Even the ITKs don't know.
Who can say?
And if the ITKs can't get the result of a game, how the hell do they know about transfers?
Yeah, but I'm saying, I'm just joking. I know the result really, but then they're not mentioning it, so it's rather irritating.
Nobody knows. But
Adam P has very just kindly, by the way, tweeted out that the last time we played against Bordeaux in under Alan Pardew's tenure in the Europa League, the squad we used. If you care to have a look.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I was at the home game for this, and as I say,
courtesy of Adam P. Bigger Amana. What was his? Was it Mehdi Abid? Was his name?
Mehdi, a good player. We didn't use it.
Was he Egyptian? Was he, or have I made that up? Or
I think he was Algerian or Moroccan.
Yeah, Nile Ranger right wing. We got Shola and Sammy. Marvo as a 10, who was I don't know how you can get him in the 10.
Oh, I liked Marvo. I thought he was a good player.
Yeah, as a winger, I think it was. Well, as a winger, he was very underrated. But Perch and Williamson, yeah, this is absolute dross, by the way. To play this team in Europe.
The home game, Obertan played. He played on the wrong side for him, which was the right side. Well, I can't remember which one it was, but he was absolutely outstanding. He ran him ragged. Old light bulb head.
To be fair, though, I do remember an interview with Alan Pardew recently where he was ashamed of some of the lineups he had to put out because he knew they were terrible, but he didn't have any choice. Like, his rotation was just so bad, and he felt really sorry for him.
Mike Ashley didn't want to enter us, did he? He asked the FA and UEFA if we could pull out of it before it started, which is, of course, famously known because he wasn't getting the advertising revenue. As far as he was concerned, it was games where he had to pay for transport and get no revenue for it, and obviously no Sports Direct adverts around the stadium. So Mr. Ashley asked us to pull out, and the league said, "You pull out, and you're going to be in deep kind of SH1T." So of course we went through, and with at the risk of kind of criticising Alan Pardew too much, because I do it quite a lot. But playing Gael Biggerimiana on the right wing in the home game against Benfica, that was it for me then. That was it for me. Anyway, enough about that. Anybody else got any news you can talk about? But the Burnley game, of course. Sandro Tonali played.
I'm trying to find the Burnley game.
Yeah, but let's talk about Sandro Tonali coming back and playing a game. And according to this, Julie says he scored and got 2 assists. But if we lost 1-0, I don't know how we did that. Or if we lost 9-1, I don't know how we did that. This is it. No one knows. People are just making... I think the 4-1 comes from the game in the league, and people have adapted that. I don't think we won 4-1 at all. But I don't know. It could be. We don't know. But
why don't we know, though? Isn't it strange that we don't know?
I think it's to do with the terms of Sandro's ban.
Yep.
Oh,
Because I've heard a lot of conflicting reports from Burnley accounts as well, which is bizarre. Because why would they care? They're winding each other up as well. It's not just our fan base. It's just a mess all over. I've got no
Do
idea.
you think they're trying to keep the score out of the bookies, the bookies' eyes, so Sandro can't win anything?
Maybe. Jesus.
too soon. Too soon.
Maybe too soon. Maybe too soon. But you know me. Once I go down that rabbit hole, I ain't coming out of it. Simple as that. But he did play.
True.
That is that. We do know that. So
We know he played, yeah.
A positive point.
Something happened, which is great.
And apparently he played with a lot of youth team players as well. So
Kev is also saying that there was a reported Saudi Arabian offer for Trippier today, but I've not seen that anywhere. If there's anything else?
I've seen a bit of that, yeah. But
I have seen that, but there was no report of the name of the club. It said unnamed Saudi Arabian club. Drama, mega bucks deal. Really? Who knows?
I mean, we're just stalling at the moment until we review the first player, which you're all going to hate. So or love. No, Billy, stop trying to look at it.
I just seen who it was. I've mentioned him before on the channel, have I not?
We've reviewed him before.
With you, yeah. I think it might have been.
It was a couple of years ago now. At least
it may have been the Euros as well. When I said, "Is he in the squad he played?" But he wasn't.
No.
Okay, lads, I'm on the edge of my seat here, and I'm filled with like impending doom feeling. Like, please,
right.
quickly
So,
finish this.
right, let's just rip this plaster, band-aid, or wherever you're from, whatever it's called. Let's rip it off because it's killing me. So there is a joke. So this guy is Polish. There is a joke in Poland. There was a joke during not the Euros just gone, the one before, because Poland were quite good. They were reasonable when they had their golden generation. There was a joke that his finishing was like men trying to pee in a toilet. It was really bad, and his aim was terrible. And it's like a national joke. The newspapers get on board with it. It's all fun and games. It's funny. So the fact that your countrymen are quite happy to have a little bit of a joke about that is rather concerning. So the culprit is everyone.
No, it's not Lewandowski.
It's not Lewandowski. It's worse. It's somebody who thought he was going to be as good as Lewandowski, and it is Arkadiusz Milik.
Ew.
Arkadiusz Milik.
I have heard of him. Right, okay. Prove
So-
yourself wrong. Like, come from a place of positivity. Come on.
He's on good money. He's on good money.
What, for a guy who kind of piss in the wind? Right, okay.
Yeah, he is.
He's a B-Tech Olivier Giroud, basically.
Okay.
Right, so he is left-footed. There's a positive. He has a foot, and it is left. He's 30. He was born in Tuchy, however we're saying that in Poland. I'm pretty sure that's how we say it. It's a very strange one. 4-pinter Milik. Yeah. As soon as I saw the link today, I was gutted. I don't know how we're getting linked with Milik anymore.
You've been dying to review Arkadiusz Milik.
I haven't. Right. So his contract, somehow he's still got another 2 years on his Juventus contract. I feel like he's about 36 and he's not. He's still only 30 somehow. He is on quite a lot of money as well, to be fair, at Juventus. I don't know how you make 32 appearances and only get 900 minutes. He is basically the definition of a substitute. I think he's got a banner on his bedroom door that says substitute on it.
Was he on loan somewhere last year, Stato?
We can have a look. No. So when he was at Napoli, there was a lot of buzz about him because he was getting into his peak age. He was banging them in. There were a couple of second place finishes in Serie A. So this one he was doing the business in his league. You know, second place with Ajax, third, second with Napoli. That was back when it was like Sarri and stuff. It might have even one of those been a Rafa season, possibly. So I'm making that up. That might be too far back. So yeah, very, very good. And there was a lot of potential, and he never quite lived up to that. His best season was as a 24-year-old in Napoli, second place finish, 17 goals, 3 assists. the expectation for Poland was that Lewandowski and Milik together were going to absolutely light the world on fire, and then we're going to try and drag Poland to a trophy with their golden generation. It didn't happen. Milik was kind of, went through a bit of a sorry state internationally in a Poland shirt. He could barely even walk straight. It wasn't great. He did eventually go to Marseille and was a bit part player. Oh, apparently my parcel's not been delivered, even though I heard the door go. Oh, lovely. Oh, well, we'll move on. So Marseille.
Breaking news, everyone.
I know, breaking news, everyone. Sorry. So he went to Marseille, again, a bit of a bit part. I don't think it was injuries. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't injury related too much. 9 goals, 1 assist, 7 goals, 2 assists. So again, it's not bad. The goal returns are okay. The goal returns are good for the amount of minutes he's been playing. So last season, again, at Juventus, 32 appearances, 7 starts, but only the 900 minutes with 4 goals and an assist. So we will have a look at his injury record just to double check. But if we have a look at his data, so this is only based on 900 minutes. Progressive passes are okay, above average. Progressive carries are below average, a bit meh. His defensive metrics are quite good with tackles and interceptions. His area duels won should be good because he's quite tall. I can't remember how tall he is. He is 6'1", so he is a bit more of a lump. He's a 9. He's a proper 9 nowadays. You've got decent pass completion rates, decent shot volume, and decent shot creating actions for teammates. So he's profiling quite well. But even though he profiles quite well, I've watched a lot of Arkadiusz Milik, and I would not take him with the barge pole. I wouldn't hire him for. I wouldn't wish him on anybody in the Premier League, to be honest.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a glowing.
Do you know what? Do you know who he reminds me of? Do you know who he reminds me of? Do you remember Shamak, who played for Arsenal?
Yeah.
He reminds me a bit of him. I don't know why. It just gives me wears gloves when he doesn't need to wear gloves. It just gives me that kind of vibe. He's that kind of guy, and he would wear a snood if they were unbanned. If anybody can remember what snood is, that they did get banned. It was basically what Tevez just had on his head all the time to cover his face up.
Well, that was fair enough, to be honest, with Tevez.
Yeah, that's good.
Looked like he washed himself in a chip pan, didn't he?
Oh.
Anyway, carry on.
What's his injuries? Just
Yeah,
kill me
well,
already.
Tevez, lots of scars on his face.
Poor guy. So he does have 73 appearances for Poland, which is impressive again, but he's got a lot of appearances for everybody, it would seem. 17 goals for Poland as well. Right, let's have a look at the damage. I'm not actually prepared for this. I've never looked at his injuries. Oh, there's 2 pages.
Oh, he is 30 though, to be fair.
So since he's gone to Juventus, he had a hamstring for 61 days out, missed 15 games for Juventus and Poland. He had 4 injuries in the last season, which was a lot. So 3 days for a calf, which was not really a problem, but then it was 21 days on an adductor, 34 days on presumably the same adductor, and then a unspecified muscle injury for 41 days, even not games. And then he's back, but he's not missed any games since then because there's not been any. Or he's played some. Yeah.
Just what we need, an injury-prone striker, eh?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being a bit harsh because there's a lot of okay data in here, and I think there you go. Foxy's just said it. Milik is like Weghorst. Yeah, that's a decent comparison as well. He's just that kind of guy. But I feel like he's a bridesmaid, and we want to be buying a bride. He's that kind of player.
How about a
Gives me
third
hell.
choice, though, Stato? Would him as a third choice float your boat somewhat?
I prefer Chris Wood back personally.
Oh dear me. Okay.
I mean, right. Considering his highest market value was 40, it's currently 6. It shows you where his stock is in European football right now. He's got great experience, loads of international experience, loads of Champions League, Europa League experience. He's won stuff. Well, I say won stuff. All right, I'll let you guys discuss because I think my parcel is back again somehow. Bear with me.
No,
two
go and
seconds,
get your parcel. Well,
You go saw that.
we do a few comments. Sam, what do you think? So, I mean, he's not really sold him, has he?
Well, I'm significantly underwhelmed by that elevator pitch there for this guy. I would take Weghorst all day. Like, I think he's somebody that you could bring off the bench that makes stuff happen, really impactful. But given the comparison, I'm not seeing it in the stats there. I know Foxy knows his stuff like enormously, but like I probably need to see more of a comparison to get me more excited about this player. I'm pretty sure we recognize the player agent though, CCA Stella. I'm pretty sure he's linked with they're linked with some of our current players anyway. I don't know. Why are we looking for another injury-prone 30-year-old striker? Does Bunce have like Jesus or ET's magic finger in the medical room that we're going to cure these strikers of their ailments? I'm struggling with this. The stats aren't selling it. The age profile isn't. It seems contradictory to actually
the stats are
Mitchell's
okay,
model.
Oh, Elliot Anderson is the representation. I thought it was Nick Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought I recognised it.
Do you think someone's seen that and just putting 2 and 2 together, coming up with 5?
I can't remember where the link was. It was today.
The Warsaw Telegraph.
It wasn't. It wasn't at all. It was from an English source, I think, which was why I got a bit disturbed. I think personally there is 0% chance that there's any truth in this. If Milik signs for Newcastle, I will get a shirt with his name on it, and I would hate that. So that is how confident, and I promised that on the channel, I would get Milik on the back of my shirt if they sign him, because they won't. They absolutely won't. I'm that confident. Because as good as he has been in moments in his career and the potential, no. I'd rather we sign somebody a bit younger who might reach his potential, whereas Milik has always been the maybe guy, and he never quite reached what everybody wanted him to.
He's one of these players.
Yeah,
you see at the start of an international tournament, whenever, let's say Bulgaria, Turkey, whoever, and he's one of these players that will say, "This fellow could be the one," and they never are. And I
prefer Calvert-Lewin hands down over this guy.
Was it 2012? Then I'm sure it was in 2012 when they said this thing about Milik he could be someone special to play with Lewandowski. And no, it was crap.
He was crap for Poland when he basically was what Harry Kane does for us when we need him. Nothing.
Apart from the goals bit.
Well, he scored 17 goals for Poland, to be fair, but
in how many games?
73.
Oh wow! What a fantastic.
To be fair to him, he had Bielik, who was playing for Birmingham City behind him, trying to be creative. So, I mean, it's not the easiest. You had Grosicki that played for Hull, who now has since gone back to Poland. I think possibly plays in the second league in Poland. So it's the skill level's not great. Although he did have Zielinski as the 10, who won Serie A with Napoli 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's a big no for me for Arkadiusz Milik, and I'm shocked. Although I say that, I'm pretty sure I screenshotted it, so I can tell you who linked him.
So, Alex, here's a quick question for you then. In what parallel Marvel universe is it more digestible that this guy gets signed for us? Because for me, he's 30, probably reached the ceiling for development, even with, Magic How's tutelage. I'm just wondering what it's going to take to make this digestible. Like he's relatively cheap in terms of what a transfer fee would be, but what are we talking wage wise? How would this be?
A lot of fibre.
Right. Okay. So it's a hard no then. Pass.
Well, he's got 2 years left on his contract. He's valued at 6 mil. He's 30. The problem is because of who we are, they would slap 20 on his price tag, and
in that case, see you later.
They probably would. They probably would. I could see him making a sideways transfer. Well, to be fair, I actually couldn't see him making a sideways transfer because of how high his wages are. He can sit there on those wages. I could see him making a move to another Serie A club because that's quite a normal thing. I don't think he would go back to France. I don't think anybody in France could afford him right now. And he wouldn't go to PSG because he's not good enough. Yeah, I think there are certain clubs that might pick him up for 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 12 if you're absolutely off your nut. But 20, like we would probably get quoted 15 or 20 because it's the Premier League. No, stay well away.
Billy, what do you think in terms of, do you think this is telling, if this rumour were to be true, of the ambition to sign a striker? Because I think in my mind, we were looking for a second, Wilson being the third. Is this actually showing that Wilson's actually the solid second and we're getting in a third choice striker?
It could, or it could also mean we're selling Wilson to buy a better second. I mean, there's loads of ways to look at that, isn't there? I mean, he could be the second choice, which is even worse. You could sign him and sell Wilson, not buy another one.
I suddenly feel very queasy.
It's a Polish outlet.
Oh.
So that basically means it's not true then.
Sunderland Ski.
Hooray!
Macomb Ski.
There you go. This was the original link from PSN Football, who are a Polish outlet. Let's bring it up real quick. There you go. There it is. Everton and Brentford apparently have also inquired.
Yeah, it looks like an Everton player to me.
Have at it, Everton.
Go on, Everton. You can do it. Him and Calvert.
Yeah. We believe in you.
Tarkowski in the back. Have a running race with the three of them. See how long it takes. Sam's father's in the house. Hello, Ian. Lovely to show Lady Sam and the boys. He is, yeah.
Hi, Dad.
There he is. There he
supportive. So supportive.
He is indeed. He's a star. Big Worm said I'd rather re-sign Frank Pingle. Yes, so would I. I once saw him score, unbelievably or not. Jamstash said, does Stato still talk to his dog? Of course he does. Everyone talks to the dog, don't they?
Do you not talk to your dog? Is that surely it's more creepy to not talk to your animals?
he's got a grudge with his dog.
You just stare at them all the time and
no, he's ignoring him.
Non-verbal communication, just stern looks and smiles. Alex, how do you talk to your dog though? You have to have a dog voice.
I mean, everybody has a dog voice, and that will not be shared on this channel, I'm afraid.
Come on. I love that. Love that. We still don't know your middle names, Alex. This is not fair.
Or yours, for that matter. I'm the only one that's released mine.
Do you know what? And I'll say this now, since me father's in the chat, I hate my middle names.
Oh, Sam's dad. Yeah, give us Sam's middle names.
I'll tell you it right now, just so everybody in the chat can shame my father. It is Samantha Louise Norma.
Norma? That's a strange.
Norma.
That's got to be after a relative of some kind, I'm surely.
I mean, no amount of love for this relative should allow for a woman of my age to have a middle name which is Norma. No.
Marilyn Monroe's real name, you know?
And she changed it, and what does that say? God.
Yeah, but her surname was Stitz. That's why she changed hers.
Oh, was it?
I think we need to get this show back on track.
Sam, say it.
No, I've just said it in my mind. I've just said it in my mind. It took me a minute.
Of course it was Gene Baker, of course it was. But the joke had to be told at some point in this show. Anyway, Stato, who we got next? Back on track.
Right, well, give me a second. Hang on. Let's just.
It has to be better than Billy Arcadius Milik, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be. It is considerably better. So there you go. Let's work this up. This
Michael
is
Coyote.
the guy. I mean, we have to say middle names.
Sorry, Michael Alabodi Coyote. He's a poet and don't know it.
Michael Olabodi Coyote. That's a fantastic name, to be fair.
Superb. Get him signed.
Parents nailed it. Carry on.
Could have called him Norma.
So he is a right back. He is a right-footed right back. Kev has actually done a little tweet on him, so we shall have a look at Kev's stuff and then obviously shout out Kev. So he is a young fullback, only just turned 20 years old, just over 2 weeks ago. He is currently at Fiorentina in Serie A, Played over 2,000 minutes, to be fair, so a good amount of minutes, along with 400 in the conference league. It was okay with his goal contributions from a fullback. 1 goal, 1 assist, not too bad. Again, he's young; he'll get there. And if we scroll down and have a look at some data, we have some decent, successful take-on statistics. Middle of the park ball progression, much higher than average tackle rate. Slightly below average defensive work in the other metrics. And then the offensive stuff is a little bit lower. So I do feel like this does him a little bit dirty. I have seen him play, and this is a little harsh. But it is based on 2,000 minutes, and he is quite young. Not everybody is Tino. And if we scroll down again, we do have some stat matches to other people. Bellerin's in there, who's at Betis at the moment. You've also got Nelson Semedo, who a lot of people watch from Wolves. And if we scroll down and have a look at career to date, it was his breakout season. He played all of his minutes last year. If we show you what Kev has posted, so for anybody new to the channel, Kev Lawson works for StatsBomb, is a friend of the channel, did some really, really good stuff on Twitter, so make sure you follow him. He does some really interesting posts and breakdowns. So he has felt the need to post about this, which is interesting. So he's put an increasing amount of chatter around Coyote, who has low-key been linked for a while. Yeah, he was linked a few weeks ago, and I haven't reviewed him yet, so we kind of need to now. With news that Trippier is likely to leave this summer, a 19-year-old who is a truly gifted athlete with plenty of dribbling talent, though it doesn't show on his radar comparatively to Tino, and has a good enough left foot to fill in at left back, would be a welcome addition. Yeah, I mean, he's also picked up that maybe the data doesn't do him justice. I would agree with that, having seen him. I was a little bit shocked that there wasn't a lot more green on his sort of stat breakdown, but it's how it is sometimes, to be fair. So if we have a look at the little graphics that he's provided from StatsBomb, of course, we unfortunately don't get access to this. Kev does because he works for them. So we've got him against Trippier. So, of course, the passing stuff for Trippier is going to be through the roof and elite because he got 10 assists last year and played all of the passes. You've got his tackles and dribbles pass percentage is much higher than Trippier's. Fouls are a tad lower, which is a good thing. You've got quite a few interesting metrics in here. What's that? Is that pressure adjusted interceptions? I can't remember the breakdown of some of these. I'm going to have to message Kevin, remind myself of what they are. But we do get pressures on here, which is really, really important, and is backed up by the tackles metric, in my opinion, as well. So his pressures are a lot higher than Trippier's. You would expect that with his age. More with turnovers. Aerial win rate, unfortunately, Trippier is considerably better, but Trippier is very good in the air for a fullback, and we've always known that. We've known that for a long time. He has also done a graphic of Coyote against Tino Livramento. Very different. Very different. You got Tino here in blue, who, of course, didn't get loads of minutes. So pinch of salt for Tino, although we've seen him play. So a little bit different. Again, we could do with this kid maybe winning the ball in the air a bit more. We could do with a little bit more in the defensive element and maybe help him with his dribbles, his ball carrying, his passing. So Tino's ball carrying there is considerably better as well. But he profiles really, really well against those two. You're always going to come up short in the passing department against Trippier and these graphics, so it's a little bit unfair. And as you can see there, you've got 24.690s played for Coyote, but only 16.9 for Tino because he was second fiddle for Trippier to most of the season, and he did get injured as well. You've got some additional data on this. You can see the crossing percentage. So you can see all the breakdowns here. So if you do want to have a look at these graphics, go and have a look at Kev on Twitter. I don't know if he said anything else beyond this. I think it's just comments. He's not elaborated. So transfer marked for Coyote.
Let's do these super chats first, though. There's £10 from Michael McIntyre. Thank you, Michael, for your generous contributions. Regularly contribute to the super chats is Michael. Andy K 499. Good evening, Billy Stout, Lady Sam, watching all the way from Billingham. Good evening to you, Andy K, and thank you very much for your super chat. And the Wolfie Expedition £2 super chat. Chucho Sport newspaper was the original link, and I guess that was for. Well, I guess it's for Coyote because we only just started him. Unless it was from a nick, I don't know. But thanks for your super chat, Wolfie Ed. Carry on, Stout.
So he was born in Borgo Manero, however we meant to say that in Italian. He has 3 caps for Italy U21s with 0 goals. He's officially a right back according to transfer marks, but can play left back. Again, this does back up what Kev's mentioned. Apparently, a few people have mentioned he's got a good left foot and he's versatile, which is definitely nice. We like the versatility. His contract currently, zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see, expires in 2028. So that's 4 years from now with an option for a further year. So he is a little bit pricey at the moment because you're paying for all that potential. They may even stick a bit more on this, and I think we'd walk away from it. No way it'll cost more than 25, more like 10 to 15. I don't be so sure about that. I think they might ask for quite a lot because of potential. You never know though. If a Premier League club comes in and sort of lowballs at 13, they might take 16, 18. You never know. National team, U18s 4 appearances, U19s 12 appearances. He started off in the Juventus youth setup. I did not know that. Interesting. And has ended up at Fiorentina, and they only paid 800k for him from Gozano. So not a bad bit of business for them if they can sell him and make some money. But I'm sure they would like to probably progress him and get some use out of him. But if they can make a load of profit on this kind of kid, then why not? Thoughts, everyone?
I love this comment from Dan Brown. Is he still trying to catch Rovina? Wiley Coyote. That's brilliant.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, if Trippier's going, then I think we may need another right back and one with potential. Why not? Yeah, I'm interested. I'm quite liking what we've seen so far.
I think that's it. I think for me, this is encouraging because age profile brings down the profile of the age for the squad, which is great. That's what we're looking to do. This looks like a bit more of a Mitchell signing. I think you're right, Alex. What is the sort of money that they're going to be asking for? And interestingly, do we know what wages he's on right now?
No, it doesn't say. I'd imagine this kind of player would be on no more than 5 or 10,000 euros tops.
Yeah, relatively reasonable. If Trips is going to go, then looks like somebody who could really develop under Eddie. So I'm all for it. And thanks everybody for the comments, and Billy for putting them up on the screen.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm doing it blind now. I should really edit before I put them up, shouldn't I? Proofread. Yeah, someone's asking about Nico Gonzalez, who plays for the same club as Michael Coyote, Fiorentina, and was excellent.
Yes.
From what I saw it wasn't Europa League, was it? It was the other one. It was the Mickey Mouse version, whatever that was. I can't remember what it's called. What's it called? The one at West Ham.
What?
Fiorentina.
Oh, the Conference League.
Conference League final. Yeah, he played quite well in that. Nico, I think they lost, or did they win? I can't remember. God, shoot me. Getting old.
Do you care, Billy? Do you care? You
not really. But he did
care
play
about
well.
any of that?
No. Absolutely not. Claire G says, sell out fast. Trips has declined. Had him pegged for a few more good seasons. I was pulling up his decline before it actually happened, strangely enough.
Yeah, but you were pulling it up very prematurely. He then went and scored 6. He got 10 assists during his decline, but then did actually start to decline a little bit.
Yeah. But I could notice that the pace was slightly starting to go, but he was that good. He didn't really need the pace. He knew exactly what he knows.
It was just the quality, positionally, that like accuracy. Sometimes that was enough to make up for the drop off in pace, and then the rest of his qualities dipped and seemed to fall off a cliff, didn't it? It's such a shame. Indeed.
Mark Shilor, hi guys. I'm usually just lurking in the background, but want to say hi. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mark. Thanks ever so much for that. Get yourself subscribed if you haven't already done so. As I say, we're on the way to 31, and we're not far away from it at 31,000. Are we looking at more Michael Curley stuff there, Statue? Are you looking at something?
Yeah, I thought there was a natural progression is to go and do the his teammate, clubmate.
Oh, Gonzalez, right, with you. Okay, let's do it then. Let's do Nico Gonzalez.
So, same club. This is Fiorentina as well. We've been linked with him, I think, for well over a week, maybe more, a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So this has been a little while now. I think this is multiple sources as well. So he is from Argentina in Belén de Escobar, wherever that is, somewhere in Argentina. He is 26 years old and he is a left-footed winger. Right side, left side. I think mostly right side. I've seen him play right side.
Yeah, me too.
Contract expires June 2028 and he is on 74,000 European biscuits. So not going to be very cheap. Again, they do have quite a lot of saleable assets and are not a bad team. So if they even sell one, they can probably dig their heels in and not sell others. So it'd be interesting to see. So this is very much an Argentinian Harvey Barnes kind of buy. You buy him because he's ready right now. That's why you buy this guy. Albeit he's left-footed, so he's just going to be the other side to Harvey Barnes, which is what we're looking for. 12 goals in Serie A last year from a 10.4 XG. So he's running lukewarm, but not too hot. So he's pretty much bang on what he should be doing, maybe a little bit hot. 2 assists from 1.6 XG is fine. 888 minutes in the Conference League. Of course, they got all the way through, didn't they? So they played lots of minutes, 2 goals and 2 assists in that competition. Although he did kind of get a bit scared because he should have ideally got 4 goals and he only got 2 in the Conference League. So possibly the moment got to him. Let's go and have a look at some data. So progressive passes are fantastic. One of his strengths on SofaScore is a long ball. He is quite good at counter attacks and playing a switch. From what I've seen, we can go and have a look at switch data as well. One thing that Eddie Howe, I'm sure, will absolutely love is his aerials win rate, which is 3.01 in the top 1%. How tall is he?
8'3".
5'11". I mean, to be fair, that's still really impressive. That's really, really impressive. So fantastic in the air. His defensive metrics are phenomenal. He's getting a lot of touches in the opposition penalty area. He's receiving a lot of passes high up. Progressive carries are a little bit lower. I mean, it's still 2.5 per 90. I would prefer more than this in my opinion. Considering this is nearly 2,000 minutes of data, this doesn't fill me with joy. But again, that's my personal preference for how I like football to be played. I like my wingers to be able to run with the ball. We can run with the ball, but I'd just like this a little bit higher. Even so, I can't really complain because he's popping off 4 shots a game, which is outstanding. 4 shots a game is more than a lot of strikers, than most strikers. I think Callum Wilson's on less than this. I think Callum pops off about 3 shots a game-ish. So 3.95 shots a game is bananas, absolutely bananas. Shot creating actions is pretty low, though, for his position. Although when you think about it logically out loud, I don't know how you can think out loud. I'm about to. 3 shots created for teammates is still fine. When you add that up, that's 7 shots per match he's either doing himself or allowing other people to do. That's fine. If it's 7 from him, 7 from someone else, 7 from someone else, that's 21 shots. That's fine. That'll do for me. So I like where it spikes. I'm a little bit bothered by the carries. The take-ons are okay, though. Maybe somebody who's seen him a little bit more, maybe try and change my opinion on the carries because it is a thing that annoys me. You want to do a super chat, Billy?
Yeah, we'll do a super chat. Geordie Rick has donated £28. Thank you, Geordie Rick, for your continued support and generous donations. Really do appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much. Back to you, Sto.
This is another thing that confuses me because when I think about João Pedro, Bowen, Minamino, Adeyemi, Amina Guiri, they can all run very well with the ball. So maybe the stats are doing him a disservice. Maybe he's just very careful and chooses the right moments, possibly. But this is very flattering who he's profiled against.
I was going to say, Alex, that's good company, though, right?
He's very, very good company indeed.
Yeah.
Career to date, started in Argentina, of course. Went to Stuttgart in the Bundesliga. Also played in the Bundesliga 2. So he has dropped down a league when he was a youngster. So he's not afraid to go and play. So it was 21 starts then with 14 goals. And then got promoted, presumably, as well. Got his move to Serie A. And then well and truly broke through into first team football with 26 starts 7 goals, 6 assists, with then 6 goals, 1 assist the season after, and then the most recent season, 12 goals and 2 assists, with Fiorentina finishing 7th, 8th, and 8th. So they're very much in that kind of. I mean, what's the comparison in our league? I guess ours is ever changing at the moment, isn't it? This is kind of like your West Hammy kind of club, but Serie A, based on the last few seasons. That's kind of if I had to give a decent profile. In terms of his recent games, a little bit unfair in the Argentina squad. Of course, he's got a lot of talent to try and go past. He's never going to get on the right with Di Maria and Messi, and it's just bonkers. Although Messi just kind of does whatever he wants at this point. He played on the left in a 4-4-2, apparently, against Chile. Let's have a look at this. So he got subbed off for Angel Di Maria.
Alex,
so
is he currently playing in the Olympics? Did he play? Did they play Morocco?
Yeah, they lost, didn't they?
Yeah.
Is he playing in the what? So he's gone straight from the.
I don't know, because they're not. A lot of the football games, they're not putting out their sort of first team choices of.
I don't think so, because I think the games would be documented here.
You've got to be under 23, and they're allowed 3 overage players.
Yes, you do.
And Alvarez is there. I know he is, Julian Alvarez.
Yeah.
But yes. So how did he do this game? 4 key passes, fantastic, very careful with the ball, 90% passing accuracy. Again, as somebody who's a wide player, who's trying to be dangerous, only losing the ball 4 times. It's not that many when you think about it. 3 shots, 2 unsuccessful dribbles, which is a shame. Hit the woodwork and got very bullied physically in this game. 1 out of 8 ground duels, 1 out of 3 aerials, which, based on his data, is a bit of an anomaly. Who was giving him a rough time? It was Eric Pulgar? Or Eric Pulgar, if we're going to say it. Dario Osorio. I don't know who these people are.
Oh,
I know Sanchez. I know Eduardo Vargas.
Euler used to play for QPR.
It's
very old as well.
Yeah. So we'll ignore the Argentina games. Let's go and have a look at his Fiorentina. So they actually beat Atalanta in the final Serie A game of the season. Now, I know a lot of people watching will have watched the final between, who was it, Atalanta and Bayer Leverkusen. And Atalanta were fantastic and stopped Bayer Leverkusen's unbeaten run and beat them in a final. So to beat Atalanta in the form they were in was no small feat. And he actually scored in this game. So it was Belotti scored for Fiorentina twice. And Gonzalez got the goal as well. Let's have a look. So he played on the right-hand side in a 4-2-3-1. So he did score. So there's the heat map. So defensive work, offensive work. He tried to go around the outside and get to the byline a little bit. He cut inside, played centrally, a lot of box entries. We like to see that. He got his goal. Passes were a bit meh. 2 accurate long balls. He had 3 shots again in this game, so he's always quite happy to shoot quite a lot. Not fantastic physically, but did win 3 out of 5 aerials, which is quite important, again, especially if they're like switches or to start a counter. Can be handy. 1 completed dribble. Not terrible. 1 offside, 1 clearance. So at club level, not bad at all. They did lose to Olympiacos. Oh, yeah, of course they did. I think everybody lost to Olympiacos. I mean, Liverpool lost to Olympiacos, so... rest of it, I mean, he dropped a terrible rating there against Atalanta in the Coppa Italia. But again, there's a lot of positive ratings here. There's a goal against Pilsen in the Conference League. You've got 2 goals and a 5-1 demolition of Sassuolo, an assist against Club Bruges. So some fantastic ratings here. Let's have a look at his transfer marks. So what have we got? 39 caps for Argentina. I mean, to be fair, Argentina are current world champions and have a fantastic selection of players. So to have 39 caps for that nation, you've got to be damn good. He does also have 5 goals, and he's naturally a right winger, according to this. Can play anywhere across the front 3, according to them. Main position, right wing. Gea world. Has David De Gea made an agency? Well, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Contract, again, we've already looked, 2028. This is going to be a pretty expensive one. Current market value of 35 million. I would say this guy is peak right now, like right now. So I think it would be more than that. I think if you bid 30, 35, I think they do say go fish and they try and get a bit more out of you. He was vaguely involved in the youth setup for Argentina. Let's have a look at Real World, shall we? Who is this? It looks like an Italian agency. Oh, he's dual nationality with Italy. Interesting. So you've got Zanoli there, Immobile, and then a few other cheaper people. So he is the most expensive asset on their books currently by quite a stretch. Do you want to see injuries?
Yeah, let's look at injuries.
Always.
I mean, Foxy has said he's got a few injuries over the last couple of seasons. So let's have a look.
His minutes have been a little bit thin. Oh, there is 2 pages. Here's the catch, guys.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's not terrible. When you go back, it's not that bad. Right, so last season was this, first 3 lines. 5 days for an unknown injury, a month for a hamstring. Basically, he wanted Christmas off. And then 4 days for another unknown injury. So last season, it was not terrible, but he did miss 7 games because that December run is full of fixtures. The year before, he apparently suffered from some rest and needed 2 days of it. I wish I could tell my boss that. I need some rest. I still get paid, though.
I can have a weekend, boss. I need a rest.
Hamstring muscle injury, 49 days. That's quite a biggie.
These unknown injuries. There's multiple unknown injuries. Can we not localize it to an area? Is it a tear? Is it a break? Is it a what?
Could be cream rabbit disease or anything.
Is it more rest? Has he got diarrhea? Please let us know.
I don't know how you can only be off for 17 days for an inner knee ligament tear. That feels worse than.
Yeah, it feels.
He suffered from a bit of fitness as well for 10 days as well.
Well, I've had that for about 50 years, to be fair.
I mean, let's go to page 2 just for fun.
Oh gosh.
Well, these look like big ones as well, but they're not telling us what author. No, it's not.
No, you're looking at the other one.
10 days with a bruise.
10 days with a bruise. A muscle injury and an ankle injury. To be fair, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. When you look, last season was basically a month, which everybody has a bit. I mean, Miggy had a little bit of time out. Murphy had a little bit of time. Everyone had a little bit of time out. I think Gordon was probably the only one that didn't. He was out for like a week, 2 max. So I don't think that's terrible. And then the season before, yeah, okay. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's the whole point in buying someone like that is they're not going to play every single game, are they? You get some rotation.
Yeah.
What do we think?
I like this lad. I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be averse to signing him at all.
Agreed. What do you think, Alex?
I'd throw him in the mixer. Definitely.
He'll get injured then.
Throw the name in the throw the name in the hat. 100%. I definitely think he's on a list somewhere, possibly on our list. He's good enough. He fits what we need. I mean, the club are basically playing Football Manager at this point, aren't they? They're going, right, we need young-ish or peak age, right winger, left-footed, versatile, scores some goals, can be a bit pressy, can win a bit in the air, has a bit of growth potential. They're basically ticking all of those filters and going, right, who comes up right now? And they'll have a look at young brackets, 21, 23s. They'll look at ready-made 26-year-olds that are ready to go right now, fresh out of the box. They'll be checking all of this out. So I'm sure he definitely appears. I'm sure he's been scouted. It's not even a question. It's a fact. So they'll be looking at all these kinds of people.
I agree. Wouldn't be averse to him signing. 100% not. We've come to the end, folks. We've done 3 players and the news. One more show to go, and it's the watch along on Saturday, the Hull game, pre-season friendly. That's if we can get pictures for it, which we should be able to. I think Hull City are showing it themselves, aren't they? But their channel, their fans' channels, we might have to pay for it, but we shall see. We should get it on somehow. But until then, until Saturday afternoon,
Well, make sure you like and subscribe as well. And make sure you vote to us in the Football Content Creator Awards because Billy's forgotten again. Football Content Creator Awards, the link is down in the description. Please go and vote for us in Best Premier League Content Creator because we would like to go to the awards again. It would be fantastic. Also, like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Paul will be back soon. We are going to do another show. What day is it today? Thursday. So we'll be doing, is it Saturday the next show?
Watch along, yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday watch along. So make sure you come back for the watch along. We'll be doing that together. I think it's Hull, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It is Hull. So yeah, we will have that. Obviously, I think I'm a Mags member, so I'll be able to get that. And these two, we'll try and get these two to get it sorted as well. So we can all do a lovely fun watch along together. And then go on, Billy, you can see us off.
Yeah. Norma, you got anything to say before we go?
Yes, if you ever call me Norma again, I am going to come down to Coventry and string you up.
Oh, dear me. That's fair comment, to be fair. Yeah. Thank you to all the mods in the chat who's keeping it in check. Thank you for coming to watch. We love doing it for you. And obviously, it's really great that you come and watch us every week, day in, day out. It's fantastic. But we'll be back Saturday, the three of us, hopefully, for the first watch along of the new season. Something to look forward to. But until then, have a great Thursday and Friday. See you then, folks.
Away the lads and lasses.
Come back and check out some green.